Finally, the new spawn has awoken. What a momentous day. I am honored to welcome you into our world. Spawn... hang on. Spawn number 9? 3. I am Fate. I am the keeper of world order. You are the Grim Reaper. You are death. That is pretty cool, right? Welcome to your new job as an overseer of Cosmopolis City Subdivision 4. I know what you are thinking, and yes, your assignment is choosing humans who have to die. Pretty standard stuff. As it is your first day, try to get to know the system, and do not destroy the world, yes? Gallows humor, you see? Right, yes. Clear? You misunderstand. The people are already in life-threatening situations. You choose the ones you save, and the ones who you do not. Remember, the fate of the world lies in your hands. Humans march towards the great dying. They always teeter on the precipice, creating endless chaos. We keep humans from falling off. We establish the equilibrium and keep the chaos in check. For that reason, your actions will have consequences. I will show you your workplace right away. Follow me. One more thing. This will be your 7-day evaluation period. When the week is done, you will be assessed. 1 week to show us what you are made of, Reaper. Oh, the new death spawn. Welcome. How was your first day? Okay, I know it is your first day, but you cannot let everybody live. All our choices have serious consequences, even if you cannot foresee them. That is what I am for. Trust me, and I will guide you. It will be for the benefit of everyone. I am glad you see the error of your ways. Alas, we cannot undo this mistake. The choices will only get harder from now on. Pay attention to the letter for the guidelines. Understood? I have great hopes for you. Do not disappoint me. How was the second day on the job? It gladdens me to hear that. So, did you follow the rules properly? Everything looks in order, as far as I can tell. And it is my job to tell these things. Continue the good work, and do not let tough choices get you down. Nope. Rest well. You will need it. See you soon. Grim, my latest spawn. 3 days you have been with us. How do you feel? Excellent, that is what I hoped to hear. As you may imagine, it is important to keep morale up in our line of work. Now, let me take a look at the files you sent in today. Right, everything looks to be in order. You have followed the rules and marked the correct amount of profiles. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Lady Poddington. Okay, Grim, about your payment, which I may have forgotten about earlier. Of course, we take our worker satisfaction levels very seriously. The contract stipulates that every dev gets a fair salary based on their performance accuracy. Marking profiles correctly is the most important task. If you mark more or less than necessary, you will not get your fee at all. Errors in secondary tasks will reduce the total, even if the primary task is executed correctly. There really is not much else to say. You may leave. See you tomorrow. Grim, there you are. Let us be quick. So, I see fewer marked deaths than was necessary. I have no choice but to hand out a reprimand, which comes with the usual punishments. Docked pay per mistake, etc. I do not fully understand what you are planning to do with these small and trivial acts of rebellion. You are mainly just making it more difficult for yourself. Anyway, I am quite busy tonight, so you can go. Until tomorrow, Grim. What a day, Grim. What a day. Let us go over your conduct first. Good. I see the correct amount of profiles. Today seems to be in order. Anyway, Grim, 5 days you have been with us. How does it feel to make the difficult choices? Is it, though? I can almost imagine what a normal, basic, dreadful, everyday job would feel like. But think of the humans. Do you think our office is the appropriate way to deal with them? Your certainty soothes me. Ours is the tradition, and those should not ever change. For that is the meaning of a tradition, yes? This control over all the lives, unbeknownst to the humans. Do you not consider it unethical to make the choices you make? True enough. One must be in charge, the others are there to follow. The office is perennial and venerated. Eons we have spent designing the appropriate methods and strategies. We know what we are doing. Oh, I do apologize for taking up so much of your time. Before you go, are there any questions you would like to ask me? Ah, the children. They are a special case, for a different set of departments to deal with. You will not find any yourself. Countless. Myriad. Close enough. Anything else? Absolutely. All living beings have to be processed after the end. No escape. Even plants. Yes, there is a department for plants. Do not ask about the plant department. Anything else? Technically, kind of, I guess. Ruins are like a type of dead, but then again, they often feel so alive. I must ponder. This topic is a bit too abstract for now. Let us table it. Anything else? Oh, not at all. In all and in none, yes. Humans have some free will, sure. They can make a variety of choices, yet what matters is that they cannot escape the inevitable. The life-threatening situations that bring them onto your desk, the result of their own deeds and decisions. Then there are some highly complex calculations, factors and aspects that influence the situation, but that is just a bit over your pay grade, so do not worry about it. Anything else? An astute observation. You see, Grimm, our office does not operate on information about biological backgrounds or genetic composition. Minimal. Everyone you assess is simply human, after all, excluding any monumental error in normal procedure. The bottom line is that the humans end up on your desk and that you must follow the rules. Anything else? Right. It has been enlightening. I bid you a good night. See you tomorrow. Ah, Grimm. It looks to be a rough day out there. New recruits often falter during dark time. As I thought, you have marked fewer deaths than necessary. What happened? A whirlwind of options, yes. But it is your job to cut straight through it all. Would you kindly pay more heed to these matters in the future? We must focus. Let us hope these days do not continue. Any idea what happened? Certainly not good, no. It is as bad as it has ever been. Off you go now, Grim. Good night. Welcome, Grim. It is the end of the week. Your performance review draws near. How do you think you have been doing? Interesting. Yes, your answer has been recorded for the psych eval. Now then, before the assessment, let us look over your daily conduct. I see the required profiles are all here. Excellent. This bodes well for the evaluation. I guess it is time to get started. Yes? What about today? Oh, absolutely. Things are already looking up. Do not worry about it. Fixing the world is a slow process. So, keep at it. As long as you follow the rules, it will all get better. Now, where did I put those papers? Ah, here we go. You have performed adequately. Oh, do not thank me, Grim. This is not praise. I had hoped for more than adequate. Do not let this cloud your judgment. You still have much to learn and many rules to follow. Silly Grim. This was an evaluation period for a reason. Things will only get more severe. As such, your 7-day evaluation period has concluded. You have passed. That is all. Until tomorrow, Grim. Grim. Ah, yes, there you are. Good, good. Okay, now, listen up. Great work today. You fulfilled your tasks adequately, and all that. However, an emergency has occurred which requires my utmost attention, and I must depart for a couple of days. Okay, listen up and keep this to yourself. Some physicist is about to push a cart of unusual and hazardous material into the beam of a spectrometer. I have to see if this causes a cascade reaction of some sorts. It may prove illuminating. Anyway, while I am gone, another will be in charge. Even though you passed the evaluation, I cannot leave you without any supervision. You will have more freedom, sure, but it is not limitless. Therefore, you will have to continue your daily reports as usual. I will be informed of your progress. Quite so, and you are already acquainted. You will report to Lady Portington.
Grim, are you there? Oh, Grim, Grim. Alas, I am disappointed. I had hoped to avoid having this discussion again. Must I really reiterate myself? You cannot allow all to live. I hope you will realize the implications for the world and for yourself. Hello, Grim? You are silent? You have nothing to say? Well, I hope that is because you are rethinking the path you have chosen. Either way, this will be marked down as your second warning. There will not be many more.
I have returned. Did you miss me? Great. I am glad you enjoy our frequent discourse. So, okay, yes. Today is your 2-week performance evaluation. But before that, we must quickly check your daily conduct. Where did I place those papers, please? Where are you? Ah, here we go. Right. Seems to be correct, or whatever. Let us proceed to the more important evaluation. I see. Ah, Grim. How should I put it? Well, your situation is adequate. Admittedly, I expected better of you. You follow orders well. Most of the time. Your contribution is up to par, but you lack that inner spark. Thinking outside the box, seeking the convergence of holistic solutions. Highest management expects a level of proactivity in order to secure any innovative paradigm shifts. Overall, you are deemed mediocre. However, we still see some promise. As such, you are to be granted a small bonus. An incentive, yes? I hope this inspires you to improve your performance levels for the ultimate evaluation in just another 2 weeks. Ah, there you are. I forgot to ask you yesterday. How did it feel going through almost a whole week on your own? The world certainly has that tendency. Well, let us quickly go over the usual administrative matters. The papers. I see you have marked the appropriate number of profiles. Yay! Honestly, this corporate mandate is growing a bit tiresome. Oh well, what must be done? Speaking of, yesterday marked a significant moment in your career. Are you content with your evaluation? Excellent. We hope it was helpful. This reminds me. Have you any questions? It has been a while since we had a personable dialogue. What do you mean? Oh, nothing of the sort. The world, and the people therein create the situations themselves without our interference. Our datamongers assemble, collate and examine wide swathes of data and calculate the parameters for the necessary equilibrium. We do not directly cause deaths, although our choices can modify the structure slightly. In a sense. But this is certainly not a one-to-one sequence of causal links. You should consider time works a bit differently in here. Anything else? The complexity of time. Imagine that it is not a fixed and stable entity. I am sure you did not think only 15 days have passed since your arrival. Considering the frequency and magnitude of events in your moderately sized region, time is an inconsistent flux. While you rest, days, weeks, months may pass at different intervals. Profiles from diverse moments appear on the same day, interlaced, within a rhizome of time and space stretching beyond mere 4 dimensions. That is why causal links are difficult to establish, and the equilibrium is of unfathomable complexity. Anything else? You are a death spawn. I crafted you out of different materials. The store and places. Anything else? No. I am instead particular to this game called Go. Aesthetically pleasing, less violent and imperialistic. Anything else? Until tomorrow, Grim.
What ho, customer! Welcome to Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium. As ye may guess, I am Mortimer. The Mortimer. The one you may have heard of. The famous, nay, infamous Quartermaster. Aye, 'tis me, terror of the waves. I may have grown most humble with age, but tales of my thunderous exploits will live forever! Aye, ye are visiting me ultimate dream, the Emporium! Browse at your will. My, 'tis a true classic. See, me and me crew were sailing round the side pole or terminus, freezing our nuts off. Blinding storms, icy blizzards. Them's some ruthless times. Dog eat dog, they say. Or pirates eat pirates, more like. Got lucky to find a whole field of tundra cotton when we did. Made some cloaks to keep the bones warm. Much too warm nowadays, though. So you're more than welcome to it. Tor blimey, how did this wee monster even get here? 'Tis not really all that valuable plunder. Found the tiny fellow on the riverbanks of Styx itself. A lifeless, adorable thing. Can't imagine it being useful for anything. But sure makes delightful squeaks when ye stroke it. Oh, 'tis wondrous marvel. Once upon me and me crew sailed the southern seas and came across an accursed lighthouse. Plundered the lot of it, even the mirrors. Built the frame from beautiful driftwood washed ashore from the ship we rammed into. Covered it in all gold, too, course. Aye, a proper beauty.
Grim, my fellow colleague, I have been deliberating a matter. Perhaps you can be of assistance. Should I become a writer? I could write many compelling works of fiction. I am an antique, after all. I have much experience. Why not? Indeed. Why not? I shall continue my contemplation. But for now, it is time for daily feedback. Ah, all the files are in order. Excellent work. You are a testament to meticulousness. Well, off you go now. I must return to my deliberations.
Knock, knock. That's exactly the question, ain't it? We are the exalted Chimera, envied by all the blind, arrogant fools. We are Angst Ex Nihilo. We are nothing, a despicable failure. We are Elan Vital, the guide who won't lead astray. If only you learn to listen. We are death. How does it feel? Not a cloud in the sky. Have you forgotten what happened? He's seeing you, Reaper. It's a grim world out there.
Deathspawn, I have been ruminating on the humans. They vex me. Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Would it all not be simpler without them? Yes, but can we truly foretell what it would mean? To put us right out of business, and you out of existence? Would you really trade yourself for them? What a time it would be for us all. A peaceful time. Ah, never mind my ramblings. I acknowledge your patience and loyalty. Well, I appreciated the discourse. Good night. Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion. Appreciate it. Now, you might find this shocking. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain everything. Certainly. Once it is finished, you will be the recipient of the first copy of the first printing. Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes? A tedium of profiles. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the rules is admirable. Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight. Grim, why are you here? Oh, right. The daily... always in positions when I have important research to perform. Let us get on with it. I see the exact amount of profiles necessary. Good job, I guess. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine. Questions. Questions, Grim. Fine. I have trouble finding inspiration anyway. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make sure they are deep and meaningful. No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release. In that case, at least one only dies once. But more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects. Any other questions? Not in the sense that humans consider it, no. Grim, that is just stupid. Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time? Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful, even if it sometimes ends up being fatal. Any other questions? Unlikely. One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself. At least until all matter ceases to be. Everything is, nothing is. What is the difference? Any other questions? Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
You're such a scoundrel! There should be a bounty on your head! Avast! This tale is beyond reproach. We were sailing the high seas when we found a shipwreck full of these off the coast of the wild wakes. 'Twas power to erase even the most dreadful of mistakes. Used it to erase one of my risky love letters. And you know what? Never heard from the love interest again. Amazing little thing. By Jones' coffer, the slimy appendage is still here? I shudder at that very memory. Did not know which way was up, which way was down, where to step forward. The walls. They were everywhere. I grabbed what I could and ran as fast as me feet could go. As I emerged from the darkness, I found myself standing in the middle of a carnival. Truly a nightmare. Well, scuttle me both, why don't ye? Clear as a crisp spring morn, I remember the day, in the cave at the bottom of an ocean. But 'twas guarded by a horrendous beast. So, had no choice but to underwater arm wrestle the kraken. All 8 tentacles. Afterwards, I met a hag with crow feet wrinkles on her face, and wrinkled crow faces on her feet. She knew me well, though we had not met before. gifted me this ominous glow. Maybe 'twas a warning of a kind. Maybe she just fancied me. I did die about a week later.
Haha, Grim, jolly good. As you may have noticed, I am absent. I decided for a short vacation. It is a weekend, after all, and the free time will be essential for research. For the novel, yes? Hello, Grim, are you there? Curse this useless apparatus. It never works when I need it. So, perhaps you are wondering about the nature of vacations in our profession. Well, those are for highest management only. I mean, it is not as if you need one. Technically, you are just an amalgamation of ingredients. You are not even alive. But what of the conduct overview, you may be thinking? To be honest, I cannot be bothered at the moment. I am certain you have done well enough. Now, I must go submerge myself. Toodles, Grim. Grim. You would not believe the fun I am having. Such a transformation from the monotony of the office. It almost makes it all seem worthwhile. Yes, you expect your daily summary, but I still cannot find it in me to burden myself with this matter. So, off you go.
Adequate. Now, let us not waste time and get on with it. Right. I see the exact amount of profiles requested. At least someone seems to be up to their task. Oh, whatever. Go away, Grim.
Hey there. What you up to, killer? Can't do that. I'm deeply ingrained. The suffering. How many lives have you taken? Do you even count? Starting to look a bit grim, ain't it? I guess that's already in the name. Grim Reaper. Nothing. Believe it's for a good cause, as always. It's not as if life and death are directly in your control. No wonder fate picked you for the crafting pot.
Welcome. You know, pursuing my art has given me insights. I have been thinking of humanity, of mortality, their importance, worth, and meaning. A disarray of thoughts. Listen, is death really such a bad thing? It would be better for everyone. In fact, do these humans even truly exist? Their ephemeral being leads to no relevant outcome. It is all transient, no matter what they do or achieve in life. They exist in a state of hubris and arrogance, considering them the center of the universe. Yet without them, the sun still sets and rises. Stars explode, galaxies form, or get torn apart. There are departments even for these events. Humans are not the be-all, end-all pinnacle of creation. They are small and insignificant, yet full of themselves. The grandeur of everything will not get superseded by specks of nothing. It matters not how they live through their subjective experiences, millions upon billions of them, everyone considering themselves unique. And technically they are, I suppose, on a minor scale, yet also exceedingly similar. Copying each other, living through similar events with similar basic reactions, while the universe is full of endless wonders they cannot and will not even experience or perceive, ever. Their presence is not even necessary to validate these events outside their subjective experience or understanding. Do you know the saying, Grimm? If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it... No, it is, does it make a sound? That is what they ask. The ultimate height of arrogance ingrained in them, to imagine their presence to be paramount. The tree does not only sound, it has been sounding a long time. It has grown without anyone present. It has lived a life. None of this requires humanity to be there to bear witness. Fine, let me gather the files. I certainly put them somewhere. Oh yes, you absolutely did everything correct today. Such meticulous profile work. Happy? Sometimes I do not comprehend you at all. Well, that concludes our meeting. Good night, Grimm.
Matey, 'tis an utmost pleasure to see you again. Oh, don't tell your captain about this. 'Tis one of theirs. Stole a great deal of time ago, though. Like 'tis between 2 months at least. I remember it was like yesterday. Barely made it out of the wardrobe alive. Have ye seen how far it goes? Many skeletons are in there. Almost became one of them. But you can't trap old Mortimer that easy. Shiver me timbers, 'tis a tale most sordid. I dare not even recall the details, but since ye wish to hear it, I shall tell it forthwith. There I was, scouting some rickety office building downtown, and I saw this in an elevator. Went in, tore it out and made a run for it. The device has immense power. Ye turn the knob, and infinite pleasant noises come from it. Some might even call it music.
When did you last smell the fresh scent of blossoming lilacs? Heard the soft cooing of a puffy bird with a bright plume? Felt the soft hum of the earth, yearning for attention? You've embraced the ever-changing nature of reality. Oh, proud Reaper, sometimes you cut too deep.
Beginning. It has the sweet taste of deliverance. Every blade of grass, every ray of light. It is a captivating day, is it not, Grim? No. Indeed. Alas, transformations often require sacrifices. Do you agree? My high spirits leave me at a loss for words. What you always do, Grim. It is your job to take care of the world. I trust you to make the correct choices. I, myself, must concentrate. The muses have struck me. They beckon. Work to be done while there is still time. I find myself at an impasse. Lend me your thoughts. Should my prose be more experimental, or should I stick to traditional narrative techniques? Grand, yes, the exploratory aspect can lead me across the boundary. You are still here, Grim? I guess you want to talk about work instead? Fine. Let us take a look at the situation. My, so much chaos. Pain and suffering are off the charts. Everything is on fire, while ice invades from the polar zones. How did that even happen? Endless mountains of trash, undrinkable water, unbreathable air, toxic pollution. The ultimate ecological masterpiece. And in the center of it, Kathleen Holmes. I never knew a human could be this destructive. What can I say? Things do not seem to be going well at all. Are you sure? You are but a grain in this cosmic process, lacking the complete picture. What is done is done. These are the consequences you must live with, while you still live. Off to work, Grim. Certainly you have no time to waste now. Hello, Grim. I have been absorbed in my work. Tell me, how goes it out there in the wilds? Fate unconstrained, with nothing to stop it. Seems a terrible power, yes? Endless rows of industrial smokestacks pumping out poison, chemical waste pooling into the groundwater, a total collapse of the biosphere. My, it truly looks like the end. I am giddy with anticipation. All seems to be outside our timid grasp already. Goodness, look at the time, Grim. Precious moments wasted. Enjoy your night.
Ever wonder if there's a way to do things differently? Smokes are deadly, ye know. A curse fouler than any I ever met. Not to me wildest dreams could I rob so many lives. 'Tis gazing down the length of an infinite tobacco stick, inching ever closer to the end. An ancient shaman gifted me this pack after I rescued their child from the rabid coyotes. Guess they weren't pleased with me good deed. Assume this visage and forever be reminded of the mortality of all. Well, blow me down, lad. 'Tis the arcane fibbledy scoop of some wizard whose name I ne'er got. All clicks and crackles and bibbles and bops. Found its scale in a tower, used as a rat trap. The wee buggers couldn't get enough of it. Playing so hard they forgot about frivolous things, like food or sleep. 'Tis a remedy for restless fingers and idle hands.
I dreamt the bags of sickly meat and brittle bone ceased to exist, collapsed into a pile of bone meal and bubbling innards juice. From the mulch rose a new, better human being, much more capable of living, unburdened by weak, spindly ligaments and fragile respiratory systems. Obviously, you imagine a golden trim to a rotten shack. We know more things under the stars than a reaper yet to open their eyes. Be seeing you.
It is growing quieter, Grim. Not much left now. An immaculate execution. The work of an artist. The planet is virtually uninhabitable. The few remnants choking on noxious air. It is the last gasp of humanity, slowly going out. It is a bit of a somber moment, now that I think about it. I have been with them for so long. Anyway, and crucially, my book is nearing completion. Soon enough. Patience, my friend. Leave me to my grand labor, Grim. Tomorrow we shall deal with the final matters of this office.
Is your hand tired? Are your fingers getting stiff? You've been clicking around for quite a while. Perhaps a short break is in order? Time to gather your wits? Stretch a bit? The world won't explode if you step away for a second. Probably. No problem. It wasn't that easy getting you here. To the office, where you belong.
last day, Grim. The last choice. So, how did you choose? So very factual, as usual. One human is not enough to save the species, after all. But we ought not prolong the suffering of the last one. No need for such cruelty. That would seem fairly obvious by now, I gather. The great dying is by my design. It is true, I do not love humanity, not a bit. But why, you ask? I have grown tired of it all. This tedious existence, these humans, the endless tirade of death. It is all meaningless, you see. An endless loop of monotony that I cannot escape, that we cannot escape. Do you know how long I have been doing this? I barely remember myself. I am exhausted and sick of it all. I wish to stop, but no one can leave until the job is done. But if the great dying claimed them all, then I could be free and claim the rest I deserve. So, I helped the great dying along, piece by piece. No need for an equilibrium. This office will not be necessary, and we can all fade away. How is that even possible? It boggles the mind. Off you go, Grim. Do what you wish with these final hours. We will not be meeting again.
Fellow traveler, that was fun, wasn't it? The choices, the excitement. Admittedly, ye did largely screw everything up. The world is in shambles and all. Can't really change that. But I can offer a new cycle. A turn of the hourglass, and ye shall be set upon a path in a fresh timeline. A parallel world, so to speak. There ye will again find every friend and enemy, hope and error. Knowledge and loot will remain, of course. Otherwise, 'tis the eternal recurrence of all things.